spent a long time trying to find myself, to identify my purpose, what I had to offer this world. Despite the discontinuity of my story and the uncertainty in my path, community work was a through line in my experiences. Growing up, I participated in service work as early as elementary school, but each of my service experiences from this time through high school were not consistently self-initiated. Even when they were, I can see now that they were not passion-driven. I bagged groceries, manned food drives, and cleaned up neighborhood streets. I built my resume and met requirements for involvement in organizations such as NHS. I wanted to be an ideal citizen, maybe even an ideal candidate for future applications. In fact, for a long time, I pursued other people's ideas of my ideal future. As a result, I drifted aimlessly through school. I was a high achiever, privileged to receive a great education and have wonderful family support. But I was lost, feeling like I was taking steps backwards in what should have been a forward journey. Nevertheless, I trudged on, accepting a prestigious spot in Iowa State's College of Engineering. It wasn't until I withdrew from school after my freshman year for a lengthy medical leave that I realized my true path. I have always loved working with kids. I have a knack for creativity and breaking down difficult concepts, and I revel in the feeling of watching a light bulb go off in another individual's brain. In retrospect, I can see now how my academic skills, combined with my patience and devotion to children, made tutoring and coaching youth athletics as a high schooler a natural fit. I wanted to help the individuals I worked with learn and grow as students and athletes, and I am grateful for these preliminary opportunities that allowed me to do so. This was my path. I could make these passions my career, so I transferred to the University of Minnesota and switched my major to elementary education. From that day on, I became involved in the Minneapolis Public School District, as well as the Lakeville School District in which I grew up. I actively sought opportunities to immerse myself in classrooms, to work with students and teachers alike. I wanted to have direct contact with those I served. I aimed to build lasting, genuine relationships and mindfully pursued collaboration and collective growth. But here's the thing about teaching. It is not a one-way street. Education is innately a collaborative process, and I know from experience that educational success requires all parties involved to be willing and invested. Fostering this type of relationship can be difficult, but my service engagement has shown me the power of a teacher working from their heart. Teaching is so much more than being a teacher nowadays. Teachers are stand-in parents, friends, confidants, cheerleaders, disciplinarians, nurses, therapists, and the list goes on. Furthermore, their roles vary by the student and the day. Teachers are also active learners, tasked with truly listening to and responding to the needs and knowledge of the students who enter their classroom each morning. This is why working in collaboration as equals is such a key component of my service work. We all have both a lot to give and a lot to learn, and our progress will be exponentially more significant if we work together. In fact, my own hardships and my work in elementary schools have helped me realize the value in simply feeling like you have someone on your team. I am a firm believer that it does not always matter what a person says or does. What truly matters is that they are there. It is a powerful thing to know you aren't alone, that someone is bearing the burden with you, that someone is cheering you on, that someone sees your potential. Our struggles have a way of isolating us, and from personal experience, I can say that an authentic human connection, feeling valued and cared for without being patronized or pitied, can go a long way in helping us achieve our goals. Therefore, I have come to prioritize solidarity in my work. It's solidarity's sense of sitting and doing with others rather than for others that truly guides my community involvement. This is not to say that our actions are inconsequential as long as we are there. I only mean to emphasize the power of unconditional support and active listening. A true advocate will take what they gain from these experiences in solidarity and put them into action. This is my goal as a human, and more specifically, a future educator. I want to make changes to create opportunities for others, to support their growth and development, and to make the world a more equitable and positive place. As a pre-service teacher, a natural point of focus in this endeavor is improving education as a whole, as a system, and as a program. As I get closer to earning my degree in elementary education, especially with my year in the University of Minnesota's master's program approaching. I continuously reflect on how I can carry what I have learned through my service learning and undergraduate studies into my future community. Ultimately, I hope to bring diversity, differentiation, and new research-based methods of instruction to the schools in which I work. I want to engage students in more authentic, meaningful learning, exposing them to the beauty and harsh reality of what lies beyond our classroom walls, city limits, and country borders. To do so, I am prepared to adopt culturally responsive and social class sensitive pedagogies to promote social justice and celebrate diversity. I am prepared to develop more open tasks, foster creativity, and embrace the unique knowledge and experiences that each student brings to the table. This is my goal, and my ICEP project and previous work with researching and curating representative and engaging book options for classroom libraries is just one step I have taken in this process. Deciding to enroll in the CESP program has only amplified my experiential knowledge in these areas. And as I progress towards having my own classroom, I am overwhelmingly grateful that I've had such solid guidance and preparation for putting my passions and goals into action.